This morning, we are joined by UK-based songstress and dancer Tsungai Tsikirai. Tsungai, I said it as you walked in this morning. You're looking quite regal with the outfit. So yeah, before I say good morning, you're looking good. What's the motivation behind the outfit? It's very regal, if I can call it that.
Very authentic.
Yeah, very authentic.
Very African.
Yes.
Well, good morning, first thing, and thank you for having me. The thing is, I'm trying to walk into a room, walk onto platforms as I am, like as authentic as I am and as African as I am. So I've been in the UK for about 20 years, and there's nothing that I can do better than be me and represent where I come from.
So it's an identity thing.
It's an identity thing, yeah.
You say, this is who I am as...
This is me.
Well, we've seen who you are, but who is Tsungai Tsikirai, and, you know, getting into music and dance, how did that happen for you?
Well, it started a while back at Mpopoma High School. So we, yeah, Gobulawayo, went to Tuzia-Tunga, Gonfazushayindota, ala.
It's all making sense now.
So we were a drama club,
and
we were led by Nkululeko Innocent Dube, who is now the director of IASA. So we started in about 1998, 99. And from there, when we were school leavers, it just became IASA. And then some of us traveled to Australia, Austria, USA. I went to the UK, but still.
So you went to the UK with art?
With art. Yeah. I went on a contract, actually.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go and record and then come back. But then I went there, and obviously, you know, I'm not a breadwinner, but I was the one who had the opportunity to kind of like change our story or our family story. So I stayed there, looked for educational opportunities, and continued with music. So the consistent thing in my life is music. It's
been music.
Yeah.
So obviously, I mean, just making that transition from IASA, having come from Mpopoma High School, going to the UK, balancing that out with your education, being removed from what grounded you in terms of what you just highlighted in terms of your identity. How did you navigate that in terms of maybe just making sure you held on to that music as you took on this breadwinner responsibilities?
Gosh. So it's an up and down story, really, because at 19 you're just beginning to know yourself, explore the world, meet new people. You've got all these big dreams, but then again you are responsible. You want to be responsible to your siblings, to your parents. I just decided that, you know, the opportunity to go to the UK, I'm going to make the best out of it. So music stayed as a consistent. I did backing vocals for people at festivals and stuff while I went to school. So I did a bit of marketing here, I did a bit of human resource management, and then I went into nursing. But music has always been there. It's always been there.
Obviously, being in the UK, it's a very removed environment from what you've experienced in Mpopoma and being part of IASA. In terms of maybe your music and that aspect of your life, how was it received when you were, obviously outside of the backing vocals, when you were trying to then just make sure that you held on to that dream?
I think it's resilience. It's just knowing who you are, and at the end of the day, it's not an easy road, especially being a black female musician in a new territory. One is the culture shock of being in the UK. Everybody's speaking like fast English, you know. I want them to slow down, and I also want them to understand me. But then after a couple of years, you know, I just decided the way I am, I'm not ashamed of where I come from. So I started to highlight where I come from. I started to be more confident and listen to the people around me when they said, you won't go anywhere, you know, you should do this, you should do that. So I tried different things until I just decided, you know what, I'm going to stand with my culture, my tradition, and, you know, any platform that I'm given, I'm going to show up as an African woman.
And you are showing up. In terms of the things that you've been able to do in the entertainment industry, from a music and a dance perspective, what have been some of the highlights, obviously, throughout this 20 or so years that you've been in the industry?
So right now, I came into the country to celebrate the Zayoja Ezekiel Kuti Day.
Yeah, okay.
So as part of Free to Worship, we were part of the concert celebrations on Saturday. Yeah, and it was really good because then we had awards as well to like the gospel artists. So I'm more multi-genre than one genre. But after that, the other guys, I think, returned. They are flying out today. They'll be landing in the UK. I stayed behind to kind of like chase up, you know, my lane and promote the album. Since it's Africa Day month, well, we're in May, aren't we? And we have to make sure we highlight our heritage.
And speaking about that album, like, what kind of music are we expecting? Because you did say you're multi-genre. Is it going to be a multi-genre album? Are you zoning in on a specific genre? What can the fans expect?
The thing is, it's a double album, actually.
Oh, you've been working, girl.
So I recorded, just after lockdown, I recorded Turning Point, the album, with Charlie K Music.
Okay.
And, you know, I took it slowly. I released some songs, but obviously with the pandemic and restrictions, I couldn't be as flexible as I wanted to be. So we put that on hold. And then I've been working with Trust Samende from Mukumba. Yeah. And we then have this album, The African Queen, which then
that's the title of the album.
That's the title of the album.
Explains the outfit once again.
the royalty of who we are. Yeah. So it focuses on like our traditional cultural songs. Yep. So and our songs Anadzinomwa, Nemamsasa, all those songs just brought back to the current generation. Yeah. So we've produced them in a way that they are listenable, is what I always say. To say the younger generation, if you hit them relatable, if you hit them with the authentic traditional song, they'll be like, "Ako in the EP," you know what I'm saying? But then if you kind of like
put a modern twist to
it, modern twist to it, and maybe just modernize the sound as well. And we're going to be working on amazing visuals that's going to incorporate like Zim tourism. So, you know, highlighting the music, the culture, the food, and the places in Zimbabwe.
African Queen double album. How many songs can we expect on the album? Do you have the track list yet?
At the moment, there's 8, but we were thinking 10. And I've already performed the first song called Ilanga Liyeza in Malta, because there was a festival around about Easter. And it was received very well because it's in Ndebele, but I'm saying the day will come. Ilanga Liyeza, the day will come when I'll be able to shout out and be recognized, be appreciated as who I am, instead of trying to fit in or to try and be somebody else. So that's the main concept of the African Queen album. And then Turning Point is more like taking from when I finished school to when I went to the UK, the influences of the Western sound.
Like life story type of situation.
You'll feel the twist, No.
So obviously you're in Zim now. You're talking about the Ezekiel Kuti thing that you guys did over the weekend. How long are you still around for, and what can we expect from you during your stay in Zim?
Believe it or not, I'm flying out this afternoon. But I will be back because then there's more projects that I'm supposed to be working on. The main reason why I'm focusing on working with musicians and service providers from home is I'm coming back home. So the journey started here. Yep. And as a way of giving back, I haven't got much to give, but as a way of giving back, I want to connect and collaborate with other musicians, with other producers, service providers, fashion, and designers and stylists. So at the moment, I'm working with Imani Africa. So she's been looking after me, and she's amazing. And she's got an event in August that's coming out. You should check it out.
I know. Really excited about it, and excited to hear the album Turning Point and African Queen. But before I let you go, I know you probably have. I don't know if you've done packing yet, but just maybe your message to maybe young boys, young girls out there who are also maybe going through the same thing in terms of having that passion for entertainment, but also being pulled in a different direction in terms of the responsibilities that they have as children, maybe as husbands, as wives. What would be your word to them in terms of how they can navigate that and not let go of their passion or their dream?
where do I start? How much time have I got?
You got 2 minutes.
So the main thing is believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing that I didn't do at the beginning. I used to really doubt myself so much. Growing up, you know, you're conscious of how you look, how you sound, when you smile, especially Kanamine Saka. You know, I used to be so conscious. But then in the UK, they're like, oh, that's cute, you know? So
and you're like, girl.
yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. So just believe in yourself. You are enough. And also, hard work pays off.
All right, thank you very much. We're going to tie a bow on it. That is Tsungai Tsikirai, a UK-based singer and dancer. She's got a double album coming out, actually, African Queen at Turning Point. Look out for it. If people want to get in touch with you, especially on your social media handles, maybe if you can just throw them out there so that people can follow you, keep up with what you're doing, and yeah.
So I am on Instagram as Tsungai Tsikirai. I like to spell my name so that they get it right.
No, spell it out. Spell it out for the
So
first.
it's Tsungai, Tsikirai. So the Tsikirai of it doesn't have a Y.
Okay.
So it's a Tsikirai. So on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and TikTok.
All
yeah.
right.
I've got my daughter helping me out with TikTok.
No, that's good. Thank you very much for joining us this morning, and have a safe flight back to the UK.
Pleasure.
And we look forward to hearing the album and all the other stuff, the connections and the collaborations that you want to make with artists back home.
I'll be back.
All right, she'll be back.
Konapo. Ipapo pa ZTN Prime. DSTV channel 294. The place to be.